I'm gonna give you a peek into what's on the other side of that threshold. And I'm talking to those that haven't read A Singular Truth, because in A Singular Truth, I break it down step by step. What you're going to face, what you're going to face in detail crossing that bridge. I'm giving you a roadmap to get to the other side. I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna face, brothers.
Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you on based on, whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
At ease, brothers. But I just have one question today, man. And that question is, when are you going to cross that bridge? When are you going to cross that bridge, brothers? And when I say cross that bridge, a lot of you know what I'm talking about, but in A Singular Truth, I talk about the 3 stages of transition. I talk about a man going from the state of awareness, going to the state of crossing the bridge, and then ultimately ending up in his state of awakening, right? And of course, in the book, I'm talking about, highest levels of consciousness, but to be honest, you'll see those 3 stages, throughout your whole life in all areas, in all arenas. And it's the same thing. You'll hit the same hurdles. You'll hit the same hangups. So I'm asking you, brothers, when are you gonna cross that bridge? Like, when are you going to cross it? Because we talk about this whole level up. We talk about reaching certain levels of success. And I'm gonna tell you this, brothers. You'll never hit them unless you cross it. But to be honest, it's not even about success. It's not even about the bag and women and being able to attain. It's not even about that. It's about fulfillment. That's really what it's about. When we talk about leveling up, I'm talking about me and my brothers now. When we talk about leveling up and success, of course, all those trinkets are part of it. But it's ultimately about fulfillment. Because one thing we understand is we can get all these things, but if we haven't moved in a certain energy, if we haven't moved in a certain order, we understand, man, that it's going to be all for naught, that we're still going to be empty. So it's about fulfillment, brothers. So when I say when are you going to cross that bridge, what I'm really asking you is, when are you going to start living a life of fulfillment, a life of purpose, a life of meaning? Instead of just roaming this planet like the rest of the zombies are. And the thing is this, like when I talk about crossing that bridge, when I talk about crossing to the other side, finding that awakening, there are some people that have absolutely no clue what I'm talking about. Absolutely no clue. Like, in fact, this is the part of the video where they go off. And so, I don't know what this brother is talking about, but I can't relate. I'm out. Right? So from this point forward, I'm talking to other people. I'm talking to the people that can see the bridge. Some people can see the bridge. Some people understand what I'm talking about, but they still aren't moving. And the thing is, you see people that are crossing it. You see people that are finding higher levels of understanding. You see people that are finding happiness and peace. You see people that are taking risks, starting new businesses, leveling up in different areas of their life. You see them do it, but you're saying, you know what? There's something holding me back. You see the light they're generating. You see it. But for some reason, man, you would rather just hang amongst the common. And I get it. I understand why. But the reason why most people don't move forward, man, is because it's a dark area. It's unknown. Like, you really don't know what's gonna take place when you cross that bridge. I'm gonna say this, man. And this is something me and my brothers were talking about Monday morning, man, in our meditation call. We were talking about just different levels of trust. And I can't remember what Bible verse we came out of. But we're just talking about different levels of trust, brothers. You got to understand, man, there's at least two levels of trust, right? One level of trust is trusting in that source just enough to keep your head above water, right? Meaning when you hit hard times, whatever hard times is, the bottom, job, whatever it is, when you hit hard times, you have just enough trust in that source to say, you know what? Like source energy, God, whatever. I trust you enough to get me out this situation. Like I'm about to lose my home. I'm about to lose my car. I'm about to lose my kids. I'm about to lose all this stuff. I trust you enough to take care of me just enough to get my head above water. And once I get above water, I'm in a state of gratitude again. But I'm capped out on trusting you. And I'm not saying nothing is wrong with that. Like that's still good that you have trust in that source energy. Like there's still a level of protection that comes with that. Like when I talk about the protection of Psalm 91, and if you move in a certain energy, like you get that. That comes with living in that sacred space. But that place can become very stagnant, man. It can become very stagnant. And I see it in the lives of my brothers that hit that level of awareness, but they just live their whole lives on cruise control. There's no advancement. There's no advancements in the way they think. There's no advancement in the circles they hang in. There's no advancement in their conversation. There's no advancement in the things that entertain them. There's no advancement in the desires they have out of the women that they entertain. There's no advancement. They'll hit this peak of comfort, just head above water, and live to be 100 years old in cruise control. But I'm gonna tell you, brother, man, there's very little to absolutely no fulfillment in that. No fulfillment. It's like you might as well not even play the game, to be honest. You might as well not even play the game, brothers. But then there's a second type of trust, man. And that's the type of trust that a brother has when he's willing to go into the unknown, man. When he's willing to go down that path that very few people will travel. When he's willing to cross that bridge. When he's willing to live a life of purpose and willing to live a life of fulfillment. It's a whole nother level of trust, brother. It's trusting that unknown. Like in the book, man, I say, you know what? There are many people that will come to the threshold of the bridge. I said, but very few will cross it. Very few will cross it. I'm telling you, it's a whole nother way of living, bro. But the thing is this, like I was saying, that trust, it's a trust in that source enough to walk in the darkness. Like that song I was talking about, man, many moons ago on the video. That song that Puffy, French Montana, Rick Ross, I'm not sure whose song it is, when they were together and Puff was talking about, yeah, man, like y'all got to be willing to walk in the dark. And I heard this song many years ago. And when he said that, I felt it, but I didn't understand it quite. I didn't really understand what he was saying until later on. And I said, bro, now I understand what he was saying. He was like, you know what? If y'all want to remain among the common men, then do that. But if you want to live this life you're talking about of fulfillment, you got to go into that darkness, bro. You have to go into that darkness. And the thing is, I understand now, having traveled that path, I understand now that the thing that keeps man from going down that path is not knowing what's on the other side of the threshold of that bridge. That's what it is. It's not that he doesn't want peace and happiness and fulfillment and love and fellowship with higher vibrating brothers. It's not that he doesn't want that. He's afraid of what he doesn't know. But I'm going to tell you, brother. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you insight. I'm going to give you a peek into what's on the other side of that threshold. And I'm talking to those that haven't read A Singular Truth. Because in A Singular Truth, I break it down step by step. What you're going to face. What you're going to face in detail crossing that bridge. I'm giving you a roadmap to get to the other side. I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna face, brothers. And I'll give you a bird's eye view without going into detail. You're gonna face a lot of pain, man. You're gonna face a lot of pain. I wish I could sit here and say, you know what, brother, when you cross that threshold, it's all sweet potato pie and roses. I wish I could say that, bro, but I'm gonna tell you this: when you cross that threshold, it's a lot of pain over there, bro. It's a lot of pain because what you have to do, man, is you have to face yourself. That bridge will make a man out of you, bro. That bridge will make a God out of you, bro. Because you have to face yourself, and for the first time, man, you have to look at your own impurities. You have to look at your own faults. You have to look at your own failures and take ownership of it. You got to look at your own reasons on why your relationships have failed. You got to look at your own reasons on why your bag has been at zero. You got to look at your own reasons why your health is in a certain way. Every aspect of your life, you have to become face to face with it. And I'm gonna tell you, man, that right there alone is enough to keep man saying, you know what, nah, bro, I'd rather stay over here. I'd rather stay on in just a state of awareness. Because I can blame the world from over here. Like, as long as I'm here, I can point to the man. I can point to the government. I can say that all women ain't this. I can say that mom and dad and them did this as long as I'm over here. But once you get on that bridge, brother, it's big boy talk over there. It's big boy talk. That's why me and my brothers in the circle, we don't have time to hear people whining and talking. We on some big boy talk. And I'm talking about ownership of everything in your life. That's where your power is. As soon as you deny your ownership, you're relinquishing all your power. But I'm gonna tell you, to even get to that part, man, it's painful, bro. It's a lot of pain. You gotta do a lot of reliving. You have to relive a lot of things from your past. You got to go back down through there mentally and relive it and experience. And it's painful, bro. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Second, man, crossing that bridge, brother, is very lonely. It's very lonely. You may have a relationship with a bunch of your homies. You might have a whole legion of women that you talk to on a regular. You might have a good relationship with your mom, your father, your sisters, your brothers, your aunties. But I'm gonna tell you, when you get on this bridge that I talk about, it's just you. It's nobody but you, bro. And I'm gonna tell you, the masses of people can't stand being in that level of solitude. They can't stand it. They don't even know they can't stand it. As soon as they get up, they cutting that TV on. They texting somebody. They cutting that radio on when they're in the car. They finding somebody to, because just to sit in that stillness, even for a minute, bro, is painful. It's lonely because it's just you. And I'm talking about walking a whole path in this lonely energy. You got to put your big boy drawers on. You really have to be about that life, man. You really have to become a completely different man to do the things that I'm talking about. It's not for the weak. I wish I could make it seem like, oh, brother, it's easy. Just move like this. It's not easy. It's not easy, bro. But understanding how much of a challenge it is makes getting to the other side that much more rewarding. Put that on everything. I put that on everything. I've accomplished some pretty nice things in my life. I feel I've met some nice people. I've seen some beautiful places. I've made lots of money. I've purchased nice things. But nothing can compare to crossing that bridge, brother. Nothing can even come close to comparing to getting to the other side. Nothing can. So I would expect for it to be easy. It's playing the game on easy mode, brother. You playing on rookie level. I'm talking about prestige over here, brothers. And the third thing I want to talk about, man, is it's gonna take separation, man. And I've talked about this 1,000,001 times, but I really need y'all to understand what I'm saying when I say it's gonna take separation, because that third step, that separation, is what keeps man from either getting on the bridge or keeps man from failing, or that keeps man failing while he's on it. There's gonna come a point in time on your journey while on the bridge that you're gonna have to make a decision. It's gonna be one of the hardest decisions in your life, bro. Like by far. And that decision is separating from either your entire or fragments of your old life. Either your entire life or fragments of it. In other words, the brothers you grew up with, the sister that you in love with right now. You might be in love with a woman right now with plans to get married, plans to have children, plans to see the world, plans to grow old and rock and see grandchildren. You might have plans, brother, but once you get on that bridge and you start understanding a lot of things about life, you start understanding a lot of things about yourself. You start understanding a lot of things about what has to take place for you to get to the other side. Brother, you got to make a critical decision, man. You have to make a critical decision. And that decision is, am I going to proceed forward? Or am I going to retreat back to my old life just to keep my attachment to the fragments of it? Just to keep my attachment to the women in it. Just to keep my attachment to the relationships of my day ones and my friends. Just to keep the attachment of that false sense of security that I think my job has. That's going to be one of the hardest choices in your life, bro. In your life. But I'm going to tell you, man, once you make that decision, bro, man, your life will never be the same, bro. And the reason I stress on that, the reason is my life purpose to get brothers from one side to the other is because I understand, I see the pain in people's face when they don't have that fulfillment. And I can see through the facade. I can see a man that's in tip-top shape and see through the facade. I can see a man with the baddest chick. I can see a man with the biggest bag and say, you know what? I see you winning, bro. You winning. But I can see when they don't have that fulfillment. I see that. So I've made that my mission to get brothers to the other side, man. Because that's where fulfillment is. There's a level of fulfillment, man, that I really can't even explain. And I'm telling you, man, once you get to the other side, man, it's fun over here. We're living over here. It's a completely different world. I wish I could begin to explain what it's like, but it's hard to explain if you aren't willing to walk that journey. Until a man has walked those desert sands, he don't really understand. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you what happened today, man. I go to the grocery store pretty much every day, at least 6 days out of 7. It's just something I do. It's just something I love to do. Whether I'm going to Kroger's, whether I'm going to Trader Joe's, whether I'm going to Grocery Supply, whether I'm going to Sprouts. Like that's almost the highlight of my day. I go to the grocery store every single day. You know what I'm saying? And today, man, I went to Kroger's today, right? And I'm walking out of Kroger's. You know, I got my bags. I'm chilling. You know, life is good. Sun is shining. I'm just in a state of gratitude, bro. I'm just on a high. I had just got off a call with my brothers this morning. Had another meditation call this morning. I'm on a high. And I'm coming out of Kroger's like normal. And when I'm walking out, there's an old man getting ready to cross the road, getting ready to come in the store. And this old man, he's just barely trucking along. He's going slow. He's got his cane. And I can see that he's been in movement probably for about 10 to 12 seconds before I even came out. And I can see just where a few cars are starting to back up, waiting on him. And he's just walking just like, you know what it is. Like I'll get there when I get there. And right when he gets about 3 or 4 feet in front of me, man, you know, at an angle, of course, he just stops. He just stops, man, and looks at me. Like his back wasn't even bent. He just kind of bent his whole back and looked at me. And he said, you having fun yet? I said, man, I'm having fun, brother. And then he just started back walking, man. And I walk into my car, and that man has no idea what he did to me just by saying that. Because I understood something as I kept walking. I said, you know what? He's a man of understanding. He's a man of understanding. Like I'm sure all the people in the cars that were going by, people that were walking out of the store were looking at him saying, you know what? Oh man, this man, he's older. He can't really get around. He's moving different. He's just in a different state. But they don't understand that man is in a completely different energy. He's in a completely different vibe. He's living his life from the other side of the bridge. When he said that, I understood what he was saying. Brother said, are you having fun yet? I said, man, yeah, life is good. I'm having fun, brother. And what I took from that and what I want to share with y'all, man, is like once you get on the other side, once you get into this state of awakening, it's not that you're immune to problems. It's not that you're not gonna run into circumstances. Matter of fact, on the deepest of levels, you don't even want that. Who wants to get to a state of life where all problems are gone? Now we can just spend the rest of our days just levitating above the planet like David Blaine or somebody. That's not the point of getting to the other side. The point of getting to the other side, man, is to become a man of understanding, to become a man of being in the know, to become a man that once these things happen, once you hit a hiccup with finances, once you hit a hiccup in your relationship, once you have a scare in your health, you understand how to come at it. You understand who you are. You understand how to move in it. That's the point of getting over there. You understand how to live. You understand how to be human. You understand how to create. You understand how to take accountability for all things and manipulate this energy to create your outcome. That's the point of getting there. That's the point of getting there, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. Some people live this experience and they're having completely different experiences. Some people are going through stress and they're like, man, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to function? And some people are having those same challenges and saying, I welcome it. Like, thank you for bringing me this challenge. Thank you for giving me another mission to accomplish. Thank you for giving me another level of fulfillment to tap into. You know what I'm saying, brothers? So I ask you, brothers, when are you going to cross that bridge? When are you going to cross that bridge, brothers? Because until you do, trust me, you are not living.